Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Ironman 3406 here. If this is your first time tuning in the channel, my name's Nathan. If you guys have been following along, we've done a 5-part series here so far on tearing down our Caterpillar 60. This is going to be part 6. This is mostly going to be an episode of me yakking, just telling you guys what our plans are between the two 60s to build one. So this chassis, the undercarriage, the rear end, the steering clutches, all that sort of stuff is going to be our frame that we're going to work from. Because this crankshaft is buggered and the camshaft's all rusty, we're going to take the block out of this one. That's why we pulled the rad off. We needed to do that anyway because the rad needs to be gone through. But we're going to pull this block and we're going to put another block in out of our other 60. So let me put some winter clothes on. I'll take you outside, show you the other one, the block that we're going to use as a skeleton to build our engine from. So yeah, give me a minute. I'm going to put some winter clothes on. We'll go outside. It's starting to get dark. It's cold and windy out, but we will get you a little update video here on the plan, what we're going to take from that 60 to put on this 60 to hopefully build ourselves a good tractor. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Sure gets dark here in Saskatchewan when it gets to be winter time. It's only 20 after 5 right now, and it's flashlight time. So hopefully I'll be able to give you guys enough light on this other 60 here. Okay, so this is our other 60 that you'll remember a little while back. I measured the counter bores to see if they were out around. If you haven't seen that video, I'll stick it up in the corner there somewhere so that you can have a watch. But this has got a good engine in it. Forgive the noise and everything here. I'll try and get you inside to see the crank. So, I apologize, it's getting really dark. But crankshaft's good, camshaft's good, and we greased everything up before we wrapped this thing out to put it outside so that it wouldn't rust or anything like that while it sat out here. The jugs are still on it. Our plan is maybe to just run a ball hone in these. See, that one's gotten water in it. But we'll run a ball hone through them probably and use these jugs with the pistons that came out of this tractor. The reason we're not going to use this one as a rolling chassis is the rear end and the steering clutches were pretty iffy on it. So we figured that other one inside has some decent rear end stuff in it that we can use, you know, to make our rolling tractor. We're also going to take the chains off of this one, or we hope to. These are genuine Caterpillar chains, and they don't have a whole lot of wear on them. The pins and bushings are in really good shape. There's lots of iron left on the rail height. Unfortunately, these tracks are really seized right now, so we're gonna have to eventually separate these tracks and just start rolling them around with an excavator, rolling them into a big spiral, take them off, undo them, roll them, keep lubricating them to get them freed up. But this has got a really good set of chains that we want to put on our good tractor. We got some fairly decent undercarriage stuff here that we can, you know, flip, flop, and use to make our good undercarriage. The one thing I do want to get you on this one, we'll probably take the drawbar off this one too, because the one on ours inside is all bent. Yeah, you can see how much adjustment is left on those front idlers, and how much spring tension there is before it runs out of tension. You'll see when I show you on the one inside when we get back in. how much different that is. It's just how much extra stretch there is in the chains. But you can really see these pins and bushings are in really good shape. We pretty well think that this thing had new rails not long before it was parked. So we're going to really try hard to use those chains. But the last thing I want to try and show you in here is the serial number. I don't know if that's going to show up very well on camera, but it is a PA 1862. Oh, I can't remember what year. I think it's a 27. I'll verify that and put it in a little text box on the screen there for you guys. But I think this one's a 27. So, and there's the every 20-minute train in Spy Hill. So I'm going to stop this part of the video here and go back into the shop. Apologize for the light here. This is terrible. Sorry, I'm talking in between the train blasts. And we'll kind of review the tractor inside so that you can, you know, get a better visual of why we're doing what we're doing and sort of our thought process. Okay, everybody, I'm back in the shop here where it's nice and warm. So again, this block's coming out. The block from the one outside is going in with the crank and the cam, and we'll build off of that foundation. This tractor is quite a bit newer. This is a PA 9705. That makes this one 1930, I think. Again, I'll double check the numbers, put a little note on the screen somewhere. But for the most part, these things don't change a great deal. The other nice thing this one has is the tiller bar steering. The other one's been changed to steering levers. But yeah, so we did get the clutch freed up on this as well. But if we go back to talking about the undercarriage, you can see how stretched out or how much further that front idler is ahead compared to the one outside. And you can see how much room there is, or how much space is showing on that threaded rod, meaning that the spring and the idler are pushed further ahead to keep the chain tight. So we're going to swap out chains after we get a running tractor. I mean, this thing rolls and drives right now, so we'll leave the undercarriage that's on it for now, but eventually we will swap that out. You'll probably notice there's a few extra things missing here. I went a little torch crazy since we decided this was going to be our chassis to build off of. All of that extra stuff, I'll just call it stuff, that was welded and bolted and tacked on in the machine, I cut all that off. I got rid of it. I'll pop a picture somewhere so you can see how much more material I cut off aside from the canopy. So yeah, we're going to eventually put the chains on. You can see here, that's remnants of what I cut off. Again, we'll probably swap the drawbar plate out and switch it to that style on that other 60 because it's not bent like this one, and it's got the nicer vertical supports that utilize these threaded bolts. With the rear mounted cable control or PCU, that's just, they had to modify and adapt, and that is what it is. So this tractor does have the Laterno PCU single rear cable control or cable control for running, because it did have that blade on it. We never had the blade when we got it, but if anybody wants to make an offer on that thing, I don't know what it's worth, but you know, shoot me a comment. Another thing we'll steal off of the 60 outside is this bracket here for this top carrier roller. Some point in its life, I don't know how, but this got all bent up, so that will get swapped out as well. So that's all vertical and true. What else? Yeah, again, this is going to be just a whole lot of me talking in this video to kind of give you guys our long-term plan for the project. Again, priority number one is the engine, so that's why I helped get the radiator off right now so that we can get the blocks swapped out, and then start an engine build from there. Tank needs a few dents fixed in it, and I don't know what the inside of the tank looks like. Again, this is a tractor that's been sitting for many years, so it's going to need a little TLC here and there. All right, everybody, I'm gonna call that quits on this video. It was quick, it was dirty, it was me talking a lot. It wasn't a whole lot of action aside from the rad coming off at the start there. But now you know the plan, you know what our focus is gonna be on this project moving forward. So yeah, I thank you guys for watching. We're up to part 6 here now. We'll keep this going as long as we can. There might be a little bit of a lull in some of the video here, just because I live 3 hours away and I can only get out here every so often. So if there's a little bit of a gap, just stay tuned. I promise we will finish this project. So I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody. My name is Nathan. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, get notified so that you'll know when we get on to the next portion of this project. Take her easy. I'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget, I am Ironman.